One thing about me is that I have always loved cartoons, and recently I've been rewatching the 2003 Teen Titans series. It's a much beloved show, and for good reason. It's witty, fun, and tells a good story. And it got me thinking about another cartoon that I grew up on, Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans Go is a somewhat taboo topic amongst fans of the original 2000 series, and just by looking at the two side by side, you can tell why it's so. From a visual standpoint, the 2000s show is darker and more serious. The proportions are a bit more realistic, and the art style is similar to that of an anime. Go, on the other hand, attempts to attack your eyeballs with highly saturated colours and a very much Western art style. And sure, it's easy from a views and an engagement perspective to spend the remainder of the video dogging on Go. But I'm not going to do that. I grew up on that show, and I have very fond memories from when I was younger. It may no longer be in my current rotation, and likely will never be again, but give me a minute and let me play devil's advocate. Let me compare and contrast the two shows, and together, let's come to a reasonable conclusion to the age-old question, is Teen Titans Go overhated? First of all, I want to discuss the characters. Now, if you've been watching my previous few videos, you'll know that I am a fan of the Bat family. So it's safe to say that I despise the characterization of Dick Grayson in Go. And yes, the Teen Titans Robin is Dick, despite having many Tim traits. And in Go, Dick is obsessive and erratic, often getting to insane levels and being just downright annoying. He has zero respect from his team despite being their leader, but even then, he does not deserve to be their leader. And in turn, they don't deserve him. Really, they should have just left the plot point in the 2018 movie where they all split up and go their separate ways. They should just stay going their separate ways and try to become better people before trying out being a team again. And now, despite all those traits, in the 2003 show, they're present, but they're dormant. He's got an obsessive quality, but that's not 24/7. Within the first season, we only ever see him get that insanely obsessed when Slade is present. And who can really blame him for that? His relationship with all his teammates are sweet, and you can really feel a sense of camaraderie between the five. He's down to earth and has the ability to have fun and relax with his team, but also can lock in and get serious when they need to. Teen Titans Go, take notes. Dick's not the only one who was changed between the switch between the two shows, but there's no doubt that he was the most drastic. Beast Boy remained virtually the same, though the 2003 version had the capacity to be capable in battle. Raven goes into demon mode, as I call it, in Go way too much. In 2003, it's subdued enough, and we don't actually see that side of her until about halfway through the first season. In 2003, Raven is a lot more calm and cool and collected, with tendencies to get somewhat annoyed by the people around her. 2013, she gets straight up angered by the most minor things and taps into her demon side every other episode. It's tiring. Cyborg, like Robin, went through a very drastic change, though the big difference is both versions of him are at least somewhat likable. 2003 Cyborg is the second in command, strong, capable, and incredibly intelligent. In his free time, he's laid back and enjoys sports and video games. It's a good mix, and he feels very realistic and valuable to the team. While 2013 kept the chill side, even enhancing it, it completely annihilated the capable parts of Cyborg's character. And Starfire in 2013 is reduced to the standard female alien trope, where she's clueless about everything, uses the word "the" in every single sentence multiple times, and for some reason is just naive and essentially a child. Think Cat Valentine, but with powers. Whereas in 2003, she's intelligent, but her Tamaranian origins prevent her from being able to express this in her full abilities. She understands Earth's culture to an extent, but occasionally gets mixed up or confused. She's optimistic, bubbly, and kind, but not naive or childish. Essentially, the Go series enhances one or two traits to a level where they feel unbalanced and annoying, whereas 2003 makes them more complex and likable. Second of all is the content of the plots and episodes. While both shows are labelled as superhero cartoons, we only see substantial hero work in one of them. We both know which one I'm talking about. Going into a Go episode, you never know what you're signing yourself up for. You may get a story focusing on one of the characters, or maybe a slice of life episode, or sometimes even a lesson on taxes. Come on, what other shows are teaching kids taxes? But nothing ever lasts. A big event could take place in one episode. For example, Starfire going to jail and coming back vengeful and buff, just for the next to completely reset it, and it goes back to square one. Without any lasting overarching plot lines, the series as a whole feels disconnected. However, the positive side to this aspect is it makes it easy to tune into any episode without caring what you have or have not seen before. A parent could easily turn on any episode and any child present will already have all the context they need, which is to say, none at all. But for a viewer who actually wants a story to be told, it also clearly fails in that regard. This is where the 2003 series has a leg up. For me, having just finished season 1, my favourite part of it has to have been the business of Slade. The plotline was introduced in episode 1 right from the very start, and we were given crumbs and clues as to who Slade was or what he was doing in scattered episodes, until it all came to fruition in episode 11, The Apprentice Part 1. Not every episode teased Slade or gave us any clues to follow up on, but that's where another key part of the 2003 series shines, its consistent formula. Each episode has a different obstacle for the Titans to face as a team, and the episode follows them as they try to stop it. Some even follow a specific Titan in a character-based story, and not every time it is a villain, but it's still an issue. Some of my favourites from Season 1 are the Episode 2 Sisters, where Starfire is battling her desires to be a part of the team when she feels her sister overshadows her, Episode 7, Switched, where Starfire and Raven switch bodies, forcing them to strengthen their relationship and learn more about each other, and Episode 10, Mad Mod, where they must work together as a team to escape Mad Mod's prison. Each of these episodes we see the characters grow, and we have an idea of what to expect from the show. So even when the episode doesn't serve the overarching story, it still feels like a part of the show, and it still feels like a part of this specific show. In Teen Titans Go, it feels like you could switch all the characters out with anyone else each episode and still have the same impact. In 2003, we see them grow and improve, and if it was a different roster of characters each episode, we'd lose a lot of story and love. Now, another big difference between the shows is their art and animation, but I'm not going to cover that today. It seems clear to me that both animation and art teams clearly love their work, even if we as an audience care about one more than the other. And the effort animation takes is absolutely wild. So I'm not going to be discussing that today. Sorry if that disappoints you. However, what I do want to mention is the purpose of these two shows. Teen Titans from 2003 has a darker tone and a deeper story. While designed for children, it resonated with teens and adults. It continues to do so. The purpose of the original Teen Titans was to be a superhero show and tell character-driven stories and show their depth and growth. Teen Titans Go is built with the sole purpose of entertainment, with the sole audience of children. When you strip thematic work and deep characters, a story becomes a lot more entertaining for a child, but a whole lot more unbearable for a more mature mind. Teen Titans Go, while we as the more mature audience don't respect nor like it, it's safe to say the kids it's designed for do. I have very fond memories of watching the show when I was young, as it was one of the few shows my sister and I agreed on. I have little cousins who still enjoy the show because the humor is built and designed with them in mind. Objectively, Teen Titans is the better show with the better roster of characters, but Teen Titans Go is still good. It's just good at a different thing. The bright colours, goofy nature, and nonsensical plot is amazing to keep a kid on a couch and save them from boredom. Teen Titans can appear more dull to them. It certainly does for my younger cousins, who can barely sit through an episode. But when your brain develops and you learn to appreciate the deeper storytelling of the 2003, you enjoy it more. That's why it becomes dearer as you get older, whereas Teen Titans Go feels trashier with only the occasional good joke. So, to answer the title of this video, is Teen Titans Go overhated? Yes, because the people hating on it aren't the people it's meant for. Teen Titans Go is a popular and loved show amongst its target audience, and it's doing its job well. Objectively, Teen Titans is the better show in all standards, but it's also a different show to Go. I think the creators screwed themselves over by using the original roster of characters from 2003 with all the same voice actors, because they opened up the capacity for comparison. If you strip away that these two shows are clearly directly related, 2013 operates just fine as a kids' show. It does its job well, and it can be quite funny at times. However, Cartoon Network, I'd still happily take a season 6 of the 2003 show with the original art style any day. Don't let my not so negative review stop you. Thank you for tuning into this video, and if you don't mind, I'll be starting season 2 of Teen Titans now. Hi everyone, I just wanted to do one of those little outro spiels where the person talking just goes off script, like they abandon their script and they just talk from the heart. So I just want to thank anyone for actually reaching this point in the video. This is my first ever video essay, and it's my first piece of content on this channel in which I use my voice. Last time I did something like that was with my old channel, which I deleted years ago, and I was much younger and all that stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my opinions, and I hope you don't mind the poor recording quality. This is just off my phone's microphone. If I get better and if I go well, maybe I'll consider getting something a bit more fancy. And I hope you don't mind the quality of the video. I know it's not as high as probably other creators, but again, this is my first video essay, so I'm just starting out. I'm just learning and all that stuff. I know that a lot of people are eagerly waiting for my Tim Drake Reacts video. And it's coming, I promise. I am working on it. It's just I'm getting a little bit burnt out with the gacha because it takes so much effort. You gotta do so much screenshotting and all that stuff. And out of all the platforms I've used, Gacha Life 2, I actually do just hate it. Like, you can make beautiful models and beautiful characters, but I don't like the way the poses work. I think all the preset ones are bad, and I have to create an original every single time I want something new, and it's tiring, and I've gotten this far using Gacha Life 2, so I feel like I have to keep using it for at least the remainder of this series. Yeah, so that's coming. It's just gonna be a while. Well, not a while. Hopefully it'll be out within the week. But we'll see where it goes. Yeah, thanks again for watching this video, making it this far. I've been reading Under the Red Hood recently, so I'm probably going to do a video on that soon. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm just suddenly become aware of how long this outro section is. So, yep, goodbye. Yeah, bye.